Scene 1. A quiet night. Approx 2-minute voiceover. It was a quiet and peaceful night in a small village surrounded by forests and tall mountains. The village was completely silent. The streets were empty. The houses were dark, and only the soft light from a few windows could be seen in the distance. Inside one of those houses, a 12-year-old boy named Adam was sleeping peacefully in his bedroom. Adam was an ordinary boy who loved adventure and dreamed of discovering things that no one else had ever seen. That night, however, something extraordinary was about to happen. While Adam slept, the stars above the village suddenly began to disappear behind a strange blue glow. At first, the light was very faint. Then it became brighter and brighter. A mysterious blue light slowly appeared in the sky, moving across the darkness toward the forest. Adam continued sleeping, completely unaware of what was happening outside. The strange light grew stronger until it illuminated the trees and rooftops of the village. Then, suddenly, a powerful flash of blue light filled the sky. Adam's eyes opened. He slowly sat up in his bed and looked around the dark room. Something had awakened him. Something strange. Adam looked toward his bedroom window. A faint blue glow was shining through the curtains. He slowly got out of bed and walked toward the window. His heart began beating faster. He had no idea what was waiting for him outside. But one thing was certain. This was not an ordinary night, and Adam's life was about to change forever. Adam stood beside his bedroom window, staring into the darkness. The mysterious blue light was getting brighter. Suddenly, something enormous appeared in the sky. It was a spaceship. But this was not a spaceship made by humans. It was huge, dark, metallic, and covered with strange, glowing blue lights. Adam stared at it in complete shock. The enormous spacecraft moved across the sky as if it had lost control. Then suddenly it began falling. Adam stepped back from the window. The spaceship was heading directly toward the forest. A few seconds later, a massive blue flash exploded across the night sky. The alien spacecraft crashed deep inside the forest. The ground shook. Trees moved violently. Smoke and glowing blue energy filled the sky. Adam stood frozen beside his window. He wanted to know what had happened. He wanted to run outside, but fear stopped him. He looked toward the forest again. The huge explosion had disappeared. Everything suddenly became silent. Only a strange blue glow remained between the trees. Adam watched carefully. The mysterious light slowly moved deeper into the forest and then disappeared. Adam had never seen anything like it before. Was it an accident? Was someone inside that ship? Or had something come to Earth? Adam didn't know the answers, but he knew one thing. Something had fallen from the sky. And whatever it was now hiding somewhere in the forest. Adam finally stepped away from the window, but he couldn't sleep anymore. His curiosity was stronger than his fear. By morning, he had already made a decision. He was going to find out what had crashed in that forest. The next morning, the sun rose over the village. Everything looked normal again. Birds were singing. People were walking through the streets. And the forest looked peaceful, but Adam knew that something was different. He had spent the entire night thinking about the strange object he had seen in the sky. As soon as morning arrived, Adam met his best friend, Leo. Leo was 12 years old, just like Adam. He was friendly, energetic, and always ready for an adventure. Adam quickly told Leo everything. He told him about the strange blue light. He told him about the enormous spaceship, and he told him about the crash in the forest. Leo listened carefully. Then he laughed. "A spaceship?" Leo said. "Maybe you just saw a shooting star." Adam shook his head. "No, Leo, I know what I saw. Leo smiled. Then let's go and find out. The two boys grabbed their backpacks and started walking toward the forest. The deeper they went, the quieter everything became. Soon the sounds of the village disappeared behind them. Tall trees surrounded them on every side. Adam looked around carefully. Then suddenly, he stopped. There were strange footprints in the dirt. They weren't human footprints. They were large, unusual, and unlike anything Adam had ever seen. Nearby, they discovered pieces of strange metallic material. The pieces were glowing with a faint blue light. Leo picked one up. "What is this?" he whispered. Adam looked at it carefully. "I don't know." Then they heard something behind them, a strange sound. Both boys slowly turned around. They had no idea that someone, or something, was watching them from the shadows. The next morning, the sun rose over the village. Everything looked normal again. Birds were singing. People were walking through the streets. And the forest looked peaceful. But Adam knew that something was different. He had spent the entire night thinking about the strange object he had seen in the sky. As soon as morning arrived, Adam met his best friend, Leo. Leo was 12 years old, just like Adam. He was friendly, energetic, and always ready for an adventure. Adam quickly told Leo everything. He told him about the strange blue light. He told him about the enormous spaceship. And he told him about the crash in the forest. Leo listened carefully. Then he laughed. "A spaceship?" Leo said. "Maybe you just saw a shooting star." Adam shook his head. "No, Leo. I know what I saw." Leo smiled. "Then let's go and find out." The two boys grabbed their backpacks and started walking toward the forest. The deeper they went, the quieter everything became. Soon the sounds of the village disappeared behind them. Tall trees surrounded them on every side. Adam looked around carefully. Then suddenly, he stopped. There were strange footprints in the dirt. They weren't human footprints. They were large, unusual, and unlike anything Adam had ever seen. Nearby, they discovered pieces of strange metallic material. The pieces were glowing with a faint blue light. Leo picked one up. "What is this?" he whispered. Adam looked at it carefully. "I don't know." Then they heard something behind them, a strange sound. Both boys slowly turned around. They had no idea that someone, or something, was watching them from the shadows. Adam and Leo stood completely still. The forest had suddenly become silent. No birds, no wind, nothing. Then a strange blue light appeared between the trees. Adam slowly turned around and froze. Several mysterious alien creatures were standing in the forest. Their bodies were covered with futuristic armor. Their eyes glowed with a strange blue light. Adam had never seen creatures like them before. Leo stepped backward. "Adam," he whispered. Before either boy could move, a powerful blue energy surrounded Leo. Leo suddenly began rising into the air. "Adam, help me." Adam grabbed Leo's hand. "Leo." But the energy was too strong. Leo was slowly pulled away from the ground. Adam tried to hold on, but his hand slipped. Leo was lifted higher and higher. Above the trees, a gigantic alien spaceship appeared. Its enormous engines began glowing with blue energy. Adam watched in horror as the aliens carried Leo toward the spaceship. "Leo!" Leo shouted his name one more time. Then the spaceship disappeared into the sky. Adam stood alone in the forest. His best friend was gone. For a moment, Adam was terrified. He didn't know where the aliens had taken Leo. He didn't know if he would ever see him again. But then something changed inside him. Fear turned into determination. Adam looked toward the sky. "I will find you, Leo," He picked up one of the strange pieces of alien technology from the ground. If the aliens could travel through space, then maybe he could do it too. Adam ran back toward the village. He had only one mission now: find Leo, build a way into space, and bring his best friend home. Adam returned home with the alien technology he had found in the forest. He placed the strange glowing pieces on his workbench and began studying them. He didn't know how the technology worked, but Adam was determined to understand it. He opened books. He studied machines. He watched old science videos. And slowly, he began to understand the strange technology. The alien pieces contained an incredible source of energy. Adam realized that this technology could be used to power a spacecraft, so he began building. Day after day, Adam worked. He connected wires. He built metal panels. He installed glowing energy components. He designed engines. And slowly, a small futuristic spaceship began taking shape in his backyard. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't beautiful, but it could fly. Adam continued working through the night. He was tired. His hands were dirty. His eyes were exhausted. But he refused to stop, because somewhere far away, Leo was waiting for him. Finally, after days of hard work, Adam stood in front of his completed spaceship. He looked at the glowing engines. Then he looked toward the sky. For a moment, he remembered his best friend. He remembered Leo's smile. He remembered the moment Leo was taken away. Adam took a deep breath. "I'm coming for you, Leo." He climbed into the cockpit. The engines began to glow. The spaceship slowly lifted from the ground. Adam looked back at his home one last time. Then he looked toward the stars. His journey was about to begin. He was leaving Earth and going into space. After days of hard work, Adam finally completed his spaceship. He checked the engines one last time and made sure everything was ready. Adam climbed into the cockpit and looked at the glowing control panel. His heart was beating fast. He knew he was about to leave Earth for the first time in his life. But he wasn't afraid. Somewhere beyond the stars, Leo was waiting for him. Adam started the engines. The spaceship began to shake as the powerful blue engines came to life. Slowly, the spacecraft lifted from the ground. Adam looked through the window at his village one last time. Then he looked toward the endless sky. With determination in his eyes, Adam pushed the controls forward. The spaceship shot upward through the clouds, leaving Earth behind. Higher and higher he flew, until the blue sky disappeared and the darkness of space surrounded him. Adam looked at the stars. Then suddenly, his navigation system detected a mysterious signal. It was coming from deep in space. Adam knew exactly what it meant. The aliens had taken Leo there. Adam tightened his grip on the controls. "I'm coming for you, Leo." His small spaceship accelerated toward the distant alien signal. Adam was leaving Earth behind, and his greatest adventure had just begun. Adam carefully entered the enormous alien mothership. Inside, everything looked completely different from anything he had ever seen on Earth. The walls were made of strange metallic material. Blue lights covered the corridors. Holographic symbols floated in the air. Adam moved slowly and quietly through the ship. He knew Leo had to be somewhere inside. Then he heard a familiar voice. "Adam." Adam stopped. He knew that voice. It was Leo. Adam quickly followed the sound. He entered a huge futuristic room. And there he was. Leo was standing inside a glowing blue energy chamber. Adam's heart filled with relief. "Leo!" Leo smiled. "Adam, you actually came." Adam ran toward the control panel beside the energy chamber. He carefully examined the strange symbols. He didn't know exactly what they meant, but he remembered the alien technology he had studied on Earth. Adam began pressing the controls. The energy around Leo started changing. The blue light became weaker. The chamber began shutting down. Leo watched with hope in his eyes. Then suddenly, the energy field disappeared. Leo was free. Adam helped his friend step out of the chamber. For a moment, the two boys simply looked at each other. They were finally together again. But suddenly, warning lights began flashing throughout the spaceship. A loud alarm echoed through the corridors. The aliens had discovered them. Adam looked at Leo. "We have to go." Leo nodded. The two friends ran toward the exit. They had rescued Leo, but now they had to escape, and they had no idea what was waiting for them outside. Adam and Leo ran through the gigantic alien spaceship. Red and blue warning lights flashed across the corridors. A loud alarm echoed through the entire ship. They knew they didn't have much time. Adam remembered the location of his small escape spacecraft. "Come on, Leo." The two boys ran as fast as they could. Behind them, the alien spaceship began experiencing a powerful emergency shutdown. Lights flickered. Machines stopped working. Energy flowed through the walls. Sparks appeared from damaged control panels. The entire spaceship was beginning to lose power. Adam and Leo finally reached the hangar. Their small escape spacecraft was still there. Adam opened the door. "Get inside." Leo quickly climbed into the passenger seat. Adam jumped into the cockpit and started the engines. The spacecraft began to shake. The engines came alive with bright blue energy. Adam pushed the controls forward. The small spacecraft launched away from the mothership. They were free, or so they thought. Adam looked back through the window. The gigantic alien mothership was surrounded by a massive wave of blue energy. The entire structure began breaking apart in the distance. Adam pushed the spacecraft faster. The blue energy expanded behind them. Adam and Leo watched in silence as the enormous alien ship disappeared into a spectacular burst of blue light. They had escaped. They were alive, and they were finally heading home. Leo looked at Adam and smiled. "You really came all the way into space for me." Adam smiled back. "You're my best friend." The two boys looked toward Earth. It was getting closer. Their incredible journey was almost over, but neither of them knew that their adventure was only just beginning.